Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup for July 12th, where we cover everything that happened in League of Legends over the last day. This will be a shorter video because there's no news to go over. Yesterday we had a few teams, today we have none. The two series that occurred this morning were between RNG Team World Elite and OMG Top. Both would go to 3 games apiece. So, RNG fifth in my power rankings. They came in at 4-2 against an 0-6 Team Wii team and won in 3 games 2-1. Gala going 17, 6, and 12. Xiaohu with 31% of the team's damage leading the way. Shanks for Team Wii was definitely their best player by a mile. 11, 8, and 22, 87% of the KP. In their win in Game 2, he had 100% kill participation in, I believe, a 19 kill game. It could have been even more than that, honestly. Maybe it was even 20. Honestly, it could have been a 26 kill game, 25 kill game. I just know that he dominated on the Swain in Game 2 and tried to give Team Wii an opportunity in this series, and he did, and gave them their 4th win of anything this split. OMG versus Top. OMG 4-game winning streak. Top 7-1 and cruising. They end up winning 2-1 against OMG. We will say OMG were classic OMG today. Aki pulled out Belveth in Game 2 and didn't even get over 1,000 damage for the whole game. Needless to say, they lost Game 2. And Shanji picked Shen in Game 1 and won with it. He provided a lot of pressure in the side lane despite going like 2-5 and something. So, Top ended up getting by them. Knight went 23-5 and 25. 23-3 and 25 with 780 damage per minute. His Victor in Game 3 was nasty. Mark 5-2 and 38 in the bot lane. They did Senna Tom Kench for Game 3, and he went 4-0 and 11, I believe. Cream led the way for OMG with 37% of the damage share, despite going like 4 and 16. The only player that had an even amount of kills and deaths was Abel. I believe he went 11, 11, and like 6 or something over the series. So OMG end up losing. Top get by them. Stars of the day end up being the whole Top Esports squad. And you may say to yourself, well, why did you do that? I mean, when you put the numbers up against each other, Wayward outplayed Breathe. Tian outplayed Wei. Knight outplayed Knight outplayed Xiaohu, which was close. Xiaohu did very well. Gala did very well. But Breathe didn't do that well, and Wei didn't do as well as Tian did. And in bot lane, Mark did better than Ming. Ming had like 9 deaths. Mark only died twice in 3 games. So that's why it happened the way it happened. So that's it for the roundup portion of this video. Now on to the sneak peek. Okay, now for the sneak peek. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 13th, we have 4 series, 2 in the LPL, 2 in the LCK. In the LPL, we have bottom feeder matchup between LGD and BLG, combined 3 and 11 going into this one. LGD coming off of a loss to FPX 2-1. Weibo beat BLG 2-1 in BLG's last series. The last time they played was week 9, day 7, BLG going 2-0, and you may think to yourself, why would he put the support there? Crisp, 0, 2, and 18. Like, that's a good scoreline, but usually you see things other than the support. Well, if we look at BLG's roster from spring, we don't know who's playing in tomorrow's game. Right now, at the rate I get these videos out, I'm ahead of LPL Fan Club. So, BLG, Breathe is out and Bin is in. Weiwei was out last series and Can was in. Mid, Fofo was in, and now they have Icon, and Fofo played in the last series, played well. So I would say there's a better than 50-50 shot that Fofo plays, but nevertheless, I don't think Gag and Fofo is what I want to watch in this series anyways. Doggo is out, Rise is in, and Crisp is the only one that was there in spring, for sure, 100% in their role. Now, I asked him yesterday if you missed my top performers of the week. I considered him to be a top performer in the AD carry position. I went over why with some stats. If you want to watch that video, it was for the LPL and LCK. When the LEC and LCS come back, they will be included as well. The complete ranking is on my Discord. If you have not joined the Discord, you don't have to. That is where all the predictions I would like to be hosted. Most of them have moved over there now. for this sneak peek series. So if you want to do your predictions, do them there. There is a separate channel and thread for each day. We talk about league. I mean, this morning it was I had an individual that was betting on the OMG and top series and wanted, to just chat about it as the series went along. So if you're into, betting or things like that, that could interest you. And as simple as just talking about the game. I mean, Protex and myself talked about the game a bit, very briefly this morning. I think they were busy, but the day before we talked about the game quite a bit. So if you want to talk about league, go talk about league. And my predictions will be there. So Rise versus Assume. Assume did very well. Rise, great numbers in LDL. We'll see if he's an upgrade over Doggo. Yesterday I went over that in this roundup, and I didn't believe it. I don't believe that he is an upgrade over Doggo, but his stats are good, so we'll see how they do. EDG versus Ultra Prime. EDG, 6th in the power rankings, coming in at 5-3. Ultra Prime 2-5. Victory 5 lost 2-0. Victory 5 beat EDG 2-0 in the last time EDG played. Anyone's Legend beat out UP 2-0. Week 2, day 2 is the last time they played. EDG winning 2-1. Viper went 10-3-18 in that series. I am watching Flandre versus Zoom. If the series was close last time with whomever was ZS or Allies in top, with Zoom up there, it will make a big difference. Flandre struggled big time against Victory 5. There is a possibility that Ultra Prime could maybe sneak out a series in this one. EDG are falling apart a bit. In last split, this happened as well. Now with the LCK, HLE versus T1, we have the battle of the haves and the have-nots. T1 7th in the power rankings. HLE 1-7, T1 7-1. HLE lost to Damwon 2-0 last time they were out. Fred at Brion lost to T1 2-0. Week 5, day 4, or week 6, day 4 was the last time they played. T1 winning 2-0. Faker went 12-2-8 in that series. I'm watching Owner versus OnFleek, similar to how I mentioned Assume this morning. I mean, not this, well, it was technically this morning, but literally 2 minutes ago. OnFleek I consider to be one of the better junglers last week in the LCK, and I went over why in my video yesterday. It's only based on last week's stats. This is not a culmination of multiple weeks or whatever. So I'm watching OnFleek versus Owner because right now everything for HLE goes through OnFleek. They've swapped out 80 carries. They have Chionian, which I went over yesterday as well in my roundup. So if you want to look at that. Gen.g versus Sandbox is definitely the game of the day. Both in the top 17 of the power rankings. Gen.g 7-1 and Sandbox 6-2. Sandbox beat Nongshim 2-0. Gen.g beat DRX 2-0. Week 5, day 3 was the last time they played in spring. Gen.g going 2-0. Chovy 14-3-15 in that series. Chovy versus Closer is what I want to watch. Closer being the top mid laner in the LCK last week. Put up just absolutely dominating damage per minute numbers. His damage, his KDA, he was just a great player last week for Sandbox on the Corki. So if you want to watch that video, like I said, this is like the 4th time because some of these players were from that list, watch it. So predict on the Discord if you want to, or you can predict down below if you don't have a Discord. It doesn't, I'm still checking these for predictions if you would prefer to predict here. As far as today goes, I looked into 12.13 more, and now, I guess because it hasn't, I thought it had come out already, but it didn't. It comes out today or tomorrow. I'm torn on whether I want to do the video today. I did complete the research, but I'm torn if I want to put it out today or if I want to wait, because I believe that they won't go to 12.13 until not this week, but next week now. So I'm kind of caught between two places here. So thank you for watching this video. Comment down below with your opinions on the series today. Who you think's going to win these ones? If you're not going to be in the Discord, like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content, and thank you for watching.